we're absolutely exhausted. We've both got awful coughs, we think, from being in the cold and the altitude. Yeah, we are really, really, really tired now, and literally dragging ourselves day by day.
What sort of day has it been? Hell.
We'll be the first emergency services team to do this, and I believe the first LGBTQI team to do this as well. So there's a couple of world firsts there.
Look at our view!
When we first started this, because we were unguided, a woman over the age of 45 couldn't get insurance for it. So, yeah, but a man could.
Gender isn't a barrier for what you want to achieve in life.
Welcome to Antarctica, everyone!
And you shouldn't let other people tell you that just because you're a woman or a girl that you can't do something.
We're trying to change the narrative of what it means to be a girl.
I was worried that can George continue with this now?
If one of us gets removed, we both get removed.
It's really pushed me and George to the brink, I think, at some points with the stresses and strains of everything.
So near and yet so far has never meant more to us right now.
Right, is yours?
Lovely. It's your cement-filled one. Thanks. Right, remember it's not breakneck speed now.
Oh yeah. Yes, boss.
This is the worst bit for me, this is.
This is, do you know what? This bit is surprisingly hard, the grass.
Yeah.
We're dragging tyres. That is our training for the day. And most days now leading up to our expedition, we've not long to go. We've got to condition our bodies and our backs and hips to just being used to having that constant sort of pull as well. My name is Rebecca Openshaw-Rowe and I'm a firefighter in Mid and West Wales Fire Service. I've never done any kind of expedition like this or been away in somewhere so remote for this amount of time.
My name is Georgina Gilbert. I'm a firefighter and I've been a firefighter for about 25 years now. I've never done an expedition before on this particular grand scale. Excited about it, but respectfully so.
Just get some pebbles in.
How big are you going today?
Not too massive.
Not your usual boulder. We're replicating a pulk, basically, which is a posh word for a sled. The sled carries everything that we've got, that we need to survive. It's got our house, our kitchen, our bedroom, everything in it. So the tyres, especially in soft sand, simulate that weight and that drag behind us.
Sker Beach is huge. These are about 3 miles long. It's just sort of so vast, which is a little bit like what Antarctica will be like, you know, the same kind of scenery constantly. So it's quite boring. Like often we might be on our own doing it as well, which is even more boring. So it's quite good when we're both together. We can have a chin wag and help with the monotony, can't we?
Yeah. We never argue.
No.
She ate my last digestive. It would be something better as well, wouldn't it? It would. She ate my last digestive.
We didn't know each other before this. So,
no, not at all. 4 years ago, we'd never even met, had
No.
we? The only thing we had in common is that we were both firefighters. And then, you know, the reason for doing the expedition was really similar. And then I'm thinking from that moment on, we kind of hit it off a little bit better then, didn't we?
Yeah.
How did the expedition go? Don't remember it. Sponsored by gin.
Now when you're ready to record.
Being a firefighter is incredibly exciting. It's rewarding. No day is the same.
People say it's the best job in the world, and you know, for me, I really think it is. Under red. As a female firefighter, especially out in the community, people do sort of double take because, you know, a lot of people aren't used to seeing many female firefighters, especially ones that are driving. I know I get a lot of interesting looks when I'm driving the fire engine. But I think in the main, I think people quite like to see female firefighters, especially, you know, when we go to incidents and it might involve women or children, etc. You know, I think it's quite nice for them to have someone they can relate to as well because, you know, the community is diverse and we need to be a diverse workforce, I think.
It's no secret that there aren't many female firefighters out there, and this is part of the reason why trying to be a visible role model is trying to inspire future generations, or those generations that are looking for an exciting career. As a kid growing up, you know, I wanted to do exactly the same thing as the boys were doing. And I was born in the 70s, and of course it's a very different time back there. To be told, no, you can't do that because you're a girl, that made me quite rebellious. I am more than aware that there are a lot of young girls and women out there that don't feel like they can push back. And we're trying to change the narrative, change the narrative of what it means to be a girl.
I think for myself and probably a lot of women maybe that are in the fire service or joining, you do feel like you have to work that bit harder to feel that you are gaining respect from your watch or your peers or etc. And that probably isn't the case, but unfortunately for women, we've almost got this ingrained feeling inside us now that you have to work that little bit harder to gain that respect. It'd be great for girls to grow up, you know, that not even being a thought because it's just not something that even needs to be thought about anymore.
The expedition itself came into my head, I get blamed for that quite a lot, about 4 years ago at Women in the Fire Service conference that's held at the Fire Service College every year. And there was a keynote speaker there from the British Army, and she'd taken a team of 6 British Army women across Antarctica. I love stuff that gives me goosebumps, really good goosebumps, and I thought, I have to go and speak to this woman. So I approached her later and I said, look, is this something a bunch of firefighters can do that can't ski? And she was like, absolutely yes, go for it.
She gave George all of the contacts we needed and help, etc., to start, you know, getting us on the way.
If things go really, really well, it's fantastic. If things go wrong, then unfortunately it's all my fault because it was my idea.
So we're planning to go from Hercules Inlet to the South Pole. It's a crossing of 702 miles or 1,130 kilometres. We hope that it will take about 45 days, but it's really dependent on weather because Antarctica brings a lot of storms, big winds, and often we wouldn't be able to leave the tent because we'd be blown over like skittles across the ice. And the average temperature is going to be about -25 when we're out there. And then with a wind chill as well, you're looking at, you know, more like -30 to -50 in really bad conditions. So it's going to be extremely cold. We are on our own, just us on the ground, basically. Just me and George. Yeah, probably wanting to kill each other at many points through the 45 days, yeah.
She's in.
We are not your average expedition team, you know, at all. We were complete novices until we started out on this. George and I had never skied, so we've had to learn to ski, and we spent a lot of time falling over.
Well done!
I can't say that our skiing is amazing now, but we can actually stay on 2 sticks now, which is great.
We've deliberately put ourselves into stormy conditions so we know how to exactly handle ourselves and our equipment and each other, and learning how to survive in the wilderness.
Yeah, amazing.
Got a best around, around. Shaky.
It's been an adventure from start to finish, definitely.
So we fly out on the 10th November.
Yeah.
From Heathrow. Maybe we just go up early doors in the morning.
Yeah.
So we get to spend one last night with the doggies.
Oh God, that's going to be like the worst night ever.
Yeah. In the past, I have been involved in quite a few different sports. So I've swam for Wales, and then I went into surf lifesaving and competed in 2 World Championships where I won gold and broke a world record. I went into rowing and rowed for Great Britain, and ended up playing rugby for Wales in 3 Six Nations and a World Cup.
I've climbed Kilimanjaro and Mount Elbrus as well in Russia. Ridden horses since the age of 4. Did triathlon, I did GB age group triathlon. Played some random sport called underwater hockey. It's been my life, but doing sport has been my life, definitely. Some people would go, well, I've got a sporting background, but I wouldn't necessarily end up on Antarctica.
It's crazy. I cannot believe that we've been going for almost 4 years and we're now, you know, only 11 weeks to go. I think we can almost start to just think about, wow, what's it going to be like, and how it's going to look and how we're going to feel, and all those kind of things. We can start letting those feelings and thoughts creep in now, because we know that we're going to be going.
I know, I've got butterflies just thinking about it,
Yeah.
like excited,
Yeah.
because we still don't know what it's going to be like. You
Yeah.
train to the, you know, the cows come home, but you, at the end of the day,
It's the unknown.
It's the unknown, yeah.
Hopefully it'll be all worth it when we step foot on Antarctica. Right, should we get the pulk down and see if we can fit that in this board bag?
Okay. So we go a week tomorrow, and now it is just starting to settle in how nerve-wracking it is.
I am excited, I think, now, as well as a little bit nervous. I've had a few anxiety dreams over the last couple of weeks, I think. Kind of the reality that it's actually here now, and we're going to a very cold, hostile place with lots of things that could, you know, put us in sticky situations. Yeah, I'm excited, but yeah, a little bit scared as well, definitely. It's a bit twisted, I think. Right, hold that. So this is my surfboard bag, and we're just going to see if the pulks fit in it, because if our pulks get damaged to the point where we can't use them, that's not good news.
That's not too bad.
I think that fits. It's just whether it's upset, that's all.
Here we are.
Here we are.
Look at that!
Nice. So we have been cleared to do a route which leaves from Union Glacier, which is the base camp in Antarctica that we fly into. And the route as well has never been done before. So we are pioneering a route.
We are. That's very exciting. What could go wrong?
Yeah.
Oh, this is what I thought we could use as the first aid as well.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we
that
cut
works
off,
nice.
Yeah.
And we've got all of our stuff now. We've got everything. It's just putting it all together basically into bags and making sure we don't forget anything. Oh, spoons. Yeah.
What colour do you want?
I'll have the blue, please. Don't know why you asked me. Blue's my favourite colour, so. She's got a very short fuse, George. I think it's her age, to be honest.
Only one of us is coming back.
Only one of us is going to make it there, I think. Yeah. Right, come on. Focus now.
We do get on like a house on fire. And I say literally like a house on fire.
We're brilliant mates. We've only met 4 years ago. We know each other really well now, and you know, we know what winds us up about each other, which is a good thing. We know how to deal with each other, and that kind of thing. So you know, I hope that when we finish as well, we still remain great mates, which I hope we will. But you just don't know, do you? You don't know what 45 days in Antarctica might do to us. Not that I don't trust George, that she's got all the right things and she hasn't tampered with my stuff. Joking. This is what we're going to eat. This is our main meal in the evening.
It's actually quite nice.
This is beef hot pot. It's 1,000 calories per bag. We've got a few different flavours. Cottage pie.
Chicken rice with vegetables.
Asian noodles with chicken. I love my food and I get very hangry. Yeah, the hunger really does take over me mentally and physically, and I can become a little bit, snippy, as we say. So George will be feeding me constant food. Often chocolate biscuits is the one that I can get down quickly, and you don't need to defrost them or anything.
I'm really happy that we're getting organised, and it makes stuff like that makes me feel happy. I like that.
Yeah.
I love to be organised in the tent, and I love to know where all my stuff is, whereas she is like a baby hippo coming into the tent, and she sits down with a big oomph like that. And when she's one end of the tent, everything else at the other tent goes like this. And I've just organised all my stuff into a neat pile, as so to speak, and she comes in and just destroys it in 10 seconds or less.
I'm excited now, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's no trial and error now or testing. That's it. This is the trip. So let's weigh. Oh yeah, 24.3. We need to make that lighter. It's 23 is the max.
Yeah.
Right.
There they go.
Well, we are sat here on the plane, ready to fly. Can you believe it? 4 years and we are actually on the plane. We just hope all our luggage is on the plane with us. We have a long journey ahead, 28 hours, 3 planes. So yeah, wish us luck.
Here we go, boarding the plane.
We are landing in Union Glacier.
Wowzers. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo. That is a nice landing. Woo!
Welcome to Antarctica, everyone.
Welcome
I
to
hope you guys
Antarctica.
are ready. The conditions on the runway are pretty damn nice.
Have a great time. Enjoy it. I'm sure it's going to be amazing.
Thank you. Thanks for your help.
We step out onto the continent, and that initial feeling of just really trying to relax and take it all in for the first time, that you've spent 4 years getting there and now you're there.
All of those years of planning and training, and just thinking about what it might be like in Antarctica, and the times where we thought we're not going to get there, this is it's too much of a mountain to climb, to actually then finally get eyes on the continent, and the realisation, I think, that we're actually there and we're doing it was just, it was a bit overwhelming, to be honest, yeah.
Hey everybody, so we're at Union Glacier. Strangely enough, we've got Wi-Fi here. Some genius has managed to get Wi-Fi at Union Glacier, which is fantastic.
Union Glacier is the base camp for the Antarctic Logistics and Expeditions Company, and it's basically a massive campsite. It's in the middle of a glacier, in sort of in like a valley almost.
For 2.5 months of the year, this town sets up with basically every amenity you could possibly dream of.
The weather is absolutely stunning here. It's not too cold enough to make a big difference, but it's a very, very busy place, and it is absolutely stunning.
We were prepping all of our gear and having chats about what we needed to do, and safety briefings and things. The weather was absolutely amazing. You couldn't have got better weather, I think, in Antarctica at the time. And probably lulled us into a bit of a false sense of security that, wow, is this what it's going to be like for our whole trip? The sun was just beaming down on us, and it was absolutely, it was picturesque, it was the best weather you could have.
So we have just started our expedition. Obviously we are in great spirits because it is our first day and the weather is amazing. The views are, wow, beautiful. It's hard to describe really, just spectacular down here.
We didn't start until like 1 o'clock in the afternoon. We'd have the intention of starting first thing in the morning. By the time you actually pack your tent up and sort it all out and everything, it was really quite intimidating because you are literally heading out onto nothing apart from one tiny mountain, what looked tiny to start off with until we got closer to it, going out into an area where no one had ever been before.
We've just said goodbye to Union Glacier. It is an absolutely stunning day here. It's probably a bit too warm. Well, we know it's too warm. We're already stripped down to our base layers.
We're roasting.
Yeah, we've only been going 10 minutes.
Yeah.
But it's a first for Union Glacier as well, because it's the first time anybody's ever left Union Glacier
on an expedition.
On an expedition, yeah.
We're actually doing this. You know, our pulks were mega heavy. They were the heaviest they were going to be. So the pulks were kind of like squealing through the snow, and it was a bit like walking on sand, soft sand. So it actually felt really hard to start off with.
So it's day 1. We have done 6 hours of travelling. It's now just after 7. It really does feel like we are on the bottom of the world. Look at that view. We are one of the lucky few to be in this most amazing place right now. On our way to Constellation Inlet. So our view is heading into the abyss.
Good evening, listeners. We've managed to make 20.5 kilometres and our first 10-hour day of travelling. Hello everyone, all the listeners out there. We are in great spirits.
So George is enjoying her dinner just below our lovely hanging smelly socks from the day.
And Kylie.
And Kylie, obviously.
It is day 7. Can you believe that we have been out here for a week?
21k today.
Myself and George, we haven't killed each other yet either, which is amazing as well.
What are you up to, George?
Doing the dishes.
Oh.
Yeah.
The tent is our home, our kitchen, occasionally our bathroom. There's like a laundry line in there as well where you can put stuff up to dry.
Here's all our washing hanging up. Stinky socks.
And it is one of the most important pieces of kit in our arsenal.
The toilet setup, we initially, when the weather was good, we would dig a hole outside and that would be our toilet. But as the weather got bad and it got colder, we then moved the toilet to an ensuite. Yeah, we didn't want frostbite on our bums, put it that way, so.
Hi UG, it's George from the Fire Angels. Just doing our check-in for the day.
Every day, one of us would then call into the comms team, so the safety team. We'd have to do that every day at 9:20.
We've been travelling for 9 hours today and 18 kilometres.
We call in just to give our position, how far we travelled, how long we travelled for, and then they'd ask us if there was any issues with equipment or health, if we need to speak about anything.
The weather's a bit cooler today. The wind's picked up, which has been nice to travel in, but the snowpack is still quite soft. So it's been quite hard going today, hence only the 9 hours. Thank you. Good night.
What was he saying?
So the weather is we're good weather for the next few days.
Oh, great news.
Yeah, the wind is picking up on Sunday.
Yeah.
Just in time for us to get up to the top of Herc.
Yeah.
Whoopsie-doo.
Whoopsie-doo. So when we get up to the top, it's going to be wild.
Yeah.
I've had a chest infection for a few days, been on antibiotics, and they gave me the squits.
Obviously, you've got no proper toilet, you can't have a shower or anything like that. We had wet wipes, and we could boil a bit of extra water if we needed to try and have a bit of a wash and stuff. Infection is a big thing, and getting sick as well, and we didn't want, a transfer of germs and stuff. And of course, how George didn't catch anything, I don't know, but she didn't catch anything off me. Chest infection or having, even having diarrhea can be an expedition ender, if you let it get out of control or if the antibiotics don't work.
So it's not been the most enjoyable few days, but I'm feeling a bit better today, which is good. But we are still moving forward, which is the main thing. So we are at the waypoint called Pooh Corner, which is interesting. Apparently, many years ago, when they run the Antarctic marathon out here, someone had a little accident.
Quite a significant one, apparently.
yeah, on this very area. So our waypoint is called Pooh Corner.
You've got no landmarks. There's nothing at whatsoever. Quite often we had whiteouts, so you could see nothing.
It is like staring at a blank sheet of paper, white paper, all day, every day for 52 days.
You would literally just be staring at that compass and, hoping that you were going in the right direction. And there was definitely days in the whiteouts where we felt like we were going round in a circle.
Hi everyone. Time seems to be flying by. We are in Sastrugi hell. I think we've had 5 or 6 days of it, and I think there is no end in sight at the moment for it. I think that we will start calling it a sassy day.
We knew about Sastrugi because obviously we'd researched it and been told about it, but we didn't quite realise how much we would encounter and how often.
What sort of day has it been?
Hell. We have been in a Sastrugi prison.
Sastrugi?
I can't talk. My mouth's a bit numb. We've been in a Sastrugi prison for the majority of the day. We've had some epic crashes, or in George's cases, she's had a fall.
So Sastrugi is formed by wind and spindrift. It can form many different shapes and sizes as well. Each and every single different type of shape and size poses a hazard to any skier. Basically, you can either have a very shallow sastrugi where it's very pointy, so that would be quite painful to land on if you were to fall over or trip over it or anything like that, all the way up to things that I'm 5'10" and they were taller than me and quite bulbous in shape. They're like waves on the landscape, basically.
Here she goes.
So, yeah, quite hazardous, definitely.
We've had a long day, 28k. We are just relaxing in the tent now after dinner and sorting out our bodies.
Hairy legs.
Very hairy legs.
Some more than others.
Yeah. Just drying some things. Look, the tent door is open because it's so hot in here.
People had said to us before we went to Antarctica, when you're in the tent and the sun is out, it's really nice, it's warm. And we're like, oh, right, okay. We're thinking it might be sort of 5 degrees maybe, and it's minus 20 outside. But we had no idea that it would be more like in the plus 20 odd degrees in the tent. It was crazy.
It is so hot tonight in our tent. We have got the front porch open, so washing line, and the back porch. I'm roasting, and look at our view. It's not bad, is it?
The way that the tent was and where the sun was, I always had the sun on my side of the tent, which was lovely. So at one point I was sitting there just in my underwear. I was so hot. And, we never would have thought we would be in Antarctica, on the middle of the continent in the tent, sat in my underwear, sweating and boiling hot. George would be quite cold on her side because she was out in the sun, and I would be absolutely boiling.
Hi everyone. So we've had a great day today. It's been a messy day, I would say. And can you believe we've been out here for over a month now? We can't believe that. Living in a freezer for a month. And we've had a roller coaster over the month, I've got to say. George has developed polar thigh.
Polar thigh is basically chilblains on an extreme level.
It probably happened or started during the second week, which was when the bad weather first started coming in.
It starts as bruises and sort of redness. It can be anywhere, but a lot of the time it's a kind of around the top of your thigh, inside your thigh, on your hip.
Once it starts, you can slow it down and delay it, but you can never stop it until you are back in consistent warm temperatures.
And yeah, pretty much it's been about -20, and most of that has been wind. Pretty hard day today. I'm glad to get back in the tent.
I definitely told her it wasn't as bad as it was, because I was quite worried about it in my mind, because you know we knew about polar thigh. We'd done a bit of research. I'd seen a lot of photos of it and how it could end up, and because she'd started having it so early on in the expedition, I was worried that it could get to a stage where we would have to think about can George continue with this now?
Hard day.
If one of us gets removed, we both get removed. I was confident that we could manage it.
Merry Christmas, everyone! It is elf time!
I love Christmas, and I think, the big thing of Christmas is, of course, being around your family and, seeing people you probably haven't seen maybe for quite a while.
I don't really do big bashes and things like that, so Christmas is always quite a small affair, quite quiet, really, family, that sort of thing.
Very different day for us, isn't it?
Yeah, it's quite a strange Christmas day, I've got to say. It's a Christmas day in the tent, but it is a white Christmas outside.
Yeah, positive.
And also a big shout out to all emergency service workers today who are working or going on shift tonight, etc. And especially to my watch at the Talbot Fire Station, the Mighty Greens, because I know you guys are working today, so I hope you have a lovely day and you're not too busy. And also shout out to George's watch, Canarth White Watch as well.
Lovely.
It is.
Oh, yeah. I'd eat a creme brulee now.
Creme caramel, creme brulee.
One more day before clean pants and socks. Woo-woo!
Chicken tikka curry for both of us tonight.
Oh, nice.
I get really cold cheeks and nose, so I don't want to get any frostbite. I feel dead. Yeah.
We're about 2 weeks away from the pole now, and term so near and yet so far has never meant more to us right now.
They always say it's a mental battle to do something of this particular duration, and my God, were they right? Yeah, definitely. I had some proper dark moments where I just didn't think I was worthy being there. I didn't think I could keep up the pace. I didn't think I could keep up with Bex. It was causing me a lot of stress and anxiety. And then one day I had a proper moment. Well, the whole day was just a write-off for me.
Yeah, so it was quite a tough day. I was suffering from exhaustion and some anxiety started to set in. So we had a rest in the tent, and a night I could sleep. It was probably one of the best sleeps I've had, actually, because I'm not clock watching, looking for the alarm to go off every morning.
I mean, we still did 18K that day. I don't know how that happens, but I just remember I was getting left behind from Bex. So I just remember repeating this mantra, I'm sorry, I'm not going to be back in 2 weeks. Yeah, that day was the worst. That was probably one of the hardest days of my life, trying to get myself through that.
We're absolutely exhausted. We've both got awful coughs, we think, from being in the cold and the altitude. We're disgusting. We absolutely stink. But we go into the last degree today. And then hopefully we'll zoom to the pole. Well, in 4 days' time.
You want to get to the end, but at the same time, it's like, oh my God, it's coming to the end, you know, and my time on Antarctica is coming to an end. Real mix of feelings and emotions. But I remember thinking, God, has it been worth it?
So we have made it into the last degree, the 89th degree. So it's very exciting, and we're really happy, as you can imagine. Waking up with a sense of positivity and the fact that we're so close to the pole now. We sit here in the tent on the eve of our attack on the pole. It is our last night on expedition.
We could not quite believe that it was the last day. When we were probably about 20-25 kilometres from the pole, we started to see part of the South Pole Centre and a few of the other buildings just on the horizon.
And it looked like a scene from Star Wars. It's really strange. And then about 10 minutes later, as you continue to ski, it drops out of sight. And I was like, no, don't go, because this is what's made my day today.
We could see the end goal, but it was coming so slowly as well. It was because we weren't moving quick. And by the time we got to the pole, there was no way I could have done one more step. We were absolutely done.
So this is it. We are walking to the South Pole. At last.
Everything that we'd been through and we were finally there was, yeah, it was a hell of a moment, to be honest. Yeah, something that I'll obviously never forget.
Hi guys, so we made it to the pole. We cannot believe it, honestly, it is so surreal. Just seeing the pole as we were coming into it. All the flags, the ball, the geographic pole, the South Pole Centre is just, honestly, just mental. We still can't believe that we're actually here. 52 days, 10 hours and 30 minutes.
It was everything, you know, it was joy, it was excitement, you know, it was relief that we'd got there and we'd made it, and, you know, we were that much closer then to being able to see family and friends. You know, that much closer to home. Yeah, just amazing.
Yeah, I'm proud of myself. I know that I've done good there, definitely. And I know that other people are proud of me as well, which makes me feel good. You know, I am proud of myself.
Congratulations.
For George, Eric.
Hooray! Hooray! Hooray!
Thank you so much. don't really think that what we've achieved is totally sunk in until this moment when everybody's here to welcome me home. Because it just literally all hit me in the doorway that it's like, oh my God, yes, I have just been to the South Pole.
I never had any doubt that they would do it. It's been humbling to watch their progress, to be honest. They've worked so hard for the last 4 years to get this project off the ground, and it's, finally done. Amazing.
She's always had a bit of an adventure, a bit of something extraordinary in her that she always wanted to do, even as a child. So I wasn't that surprised, but just a bit sort of, do you really want to do this?
I don't think she would ever have given in, though, would she?
No, she'd never give up.
Not only is it for women, but women of our age, that you can still have these challenges and still, do these things, extreme things that people think you're not necessarily going to be able to do. And, she's had the determination to keep going. It is really inspiring.
Your resourcefulness has shocked me, to be fair. And seeing everybody in one room, or looking at me, it was really it's quite emotional. Yeah, it was a lovely surprise. Yeah, really lovely.
Tonight we're doing a welcome home party for Bex with all of her family and some friends. Okay. She's worked her socks off to get to the expedition. I don't think it was ever a doubt that she would have actually done the expedition. She's amazing at stuff like that, and she's so resilient and tough and strong.
We think back and we're like, how the hell did we ski every day for 52 days?
Yeah, I missed her like mad, and I'm dead glad she's home, so.
It's such an important venture, particularly with them being females and with the expedition, and just being such strong, positive role models. I don't think people really appreciate the magnitude of what they've done. They've absolutely nailed it. Yeah, it's fantastic.
When she first told me she was going to do this, she rang me up because she was living in London then, and she goes, "Mother, sit down, I have something to tell you." And I go, "Oh my goodness, what's she going to do now?" Amazing. She's incredible, and I just can't believe that my little baby has grown up to do these incredible things.
Oh, I can't be done it now, haven't I?
That's it.
First time we've seen each other in a week, really, isn't it?
It's been a few days, yeah.
I think we just picked up where we left off.
Yeah.
So we're still messaging each other pretty much every day, or ringing each other every day. It's not quite cold turkey.
No.
Physically cold turkey, but not contact-wise, definitely not. No.
It almost feels like what we've done is not a distant memory, but almost a bit of a dream. I think it's going to take quite a long time to sink in what we've done and what we experienced, and it feels quite surreal. I think I've had a few moments. I think I can't actually believe that we even did it. But it's definitely nice being back to home comforts, a proper bed. A proper bed, isn't it?
Yeah.
Obviously in family and friends and the dogs. Nice toilet, warm house.
That's top of the list, really, isn't it?
Right, nice toilet.
Nice warm toilet.
Oh, yeah.
Toilet with a seat.
Yeah. It was the hardest thing I have ever done. Antarctica is just an absolutely magical, amazing, awesome place. It's almost like it's not from this planet, isn't it? You're going to a different planet almost.
I'm just going to quote Dickens and say it was the best of times and it was the worst of times.
Or Chumbawamba.
Dickens. Highbrow, darling.
Oh, sorry. Yeah. That's where we differ. Chumbawamba Dickens.
Yeah. So, it was the best times and the worst times. Yeah. There were some of the most amazing times I've had in my life, and it's also some of the most difficult and challenging times I've ever had in my life as well.
We've got to make conversation, and we don't have that all day, pretty much. No, we can't be bothered.
Well, from my point of view, I think we got on quite well, to be fair.
Yeah, I think we did, and, being able to have a snip at each other, on a daily basis as well, and to not take it to heart and just to, let it blow over, I think is testament to how well we do get on and did get on, I think.
We're going to have to watch like 15 minutes of a film every night. Stretch it through to the end.
There's a massive 52 days, 10 hours and 3 hours of chunk of life that we've actually shared a very unique set of moments together. And we were like sisters when we left, bickering sisters when we left, and we're still the same now. We're like bickering sisters when we got back.
Oh, she's dead.
You've got this incredibly unique set of memories that we have with each other. And I think that solidifies any particular relationship.
It's still sinking in really what we've achieved and what we put ourselves through in our bodies and our minds to get to the pole. So I think it will take a while, like I said, to sink in and to feel sort of proud of what we've achieved, I think.
Words can't describe how this is feeling right now. 4 years ago, well, nearly 5 years ago now, neither of us could ski. You know, we had no idea, but we believed in ourselves that we could go and do this and learn that skill and learn everything that we needed to do to go and do it.
Goodbye from Antarctica.
Yeah, goodbye.
You don't have to be this, you know, special person. You can, if you want to do something and you put your mind to it and you're willing to do the work for it, then you can do it. We've not discussed doing anything else after this, and we don't have any plans at the moment to do anything.
No plans.
But you never say never.